and I'm in the process of packing up an order for a friend of mine on Discord, and we're doing a big trade, doing 3 prismatic surprise bundles from Sam's, 8 prismatic booster bundles, 7 Destined Rivals booster bundles, 12 prismatic poster collections, and $625, all for 1 Evolving Skies booster box. Are we back? We're back. Okay. The case doesn't work properly, or the case works, but you can't actually keep it in the case and keep it steady. So I will put that there. We're essentially in the process of just breaking down all of these bundles right now. We agreed that we obviously would keep the actual bundles in the cellophane. The one thing about the Sam's Club prismatic bundles is they were not cellophaned. They have little pieces of tape. I don't know if it's gonna focus there and see it. You can kind of see it. They've got little pieces of tape on there, but they were not sealed. And that was a contention for a lot of people. Oh my goodness. Congratulations to this lucky gentleman. You got the Umbreon. That is fantastic. So he's gonna keep all the promos. He's gonna keep all of the loose packs. I don't believe he wants the dividers or the spacers, so gonna throw those away. But everything else he is gonna keep. So it's all gonna go in this big box when we are done. I'll record this whole process. Maybe I'll chop it up, show you guys kind of, you know, this is the little workstation I have down in my office. Did not have this in my last house. We had an unfinished basement when we moved from Cincinnati, but now that we are in Louisville, that was one of my big requests that my wife and I discussed was I wanted a finished basement so I could have a bit of a man cave. Thankfully for me, this finished basement not only had the finished area, it also had an office that could double as a bedroom as well. So I am using it for my office right now, but you never know. Maybe in the future, it will be one of the kiddos' bedrooms. So that's pretty cool. So I'll just we'll talk about some random stuff that's been going on for me. I have been adding small things here and there to the collection. I've been getting as much Ascended as I possibly can. Obviously, you know, that's the hot set right now. And so whenever you can find it in MSRP, probably want to grab it. I actually got pretty lucky today at a Target. Popped in right around lunchtime, and luckily for me, the Excel Brands lady was right in the middle of her restock. Surprise box number 2. Let's see what he gets. Promo card, Sylveon. So that's 2 nice ones. Congratulations to my boy from Discord. You got another nice promo, the Sylveon. And of course your 4 packs. So what I'm doing with these packs, I actually just made a nice little deal recently for some shipping materials, believe it or not. I picked up a thermal printer, a bunch of these little bubble mailer kind of sleeves. And so I'm just going to simply put the packs in the sleeves and tape those shut when I'm all done with them. So that's pretty nice that we just acquired that. What else have we picked up recently? I have picked up some singles. I got a Crobat Holo from Skyridge that I just recently picked up. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place here trying to get organized for the shipping situation. What else? I picked up, can't quite remember, but the PC's been growing a little bit. I'm still working on that Silver Border Master set. That is gonna take a long time. Excited about continuing on that. I just cracked a Deoxys EX Silver Border for that from a PSA 6 lab. That went straight into the PC binder. Those are just some of the things I have been working on here recently. I did just finish 2 months of training for my new job. So I'm officially finished. That's a mouthful with my training We've closed on our new house. We are out of that little temporary apartment that we were staying in, and we're just trying to get adjusted to, you know, being back in Louisville full time, which has been such a blessing, obviously, having our family around. But that means I can start to make content again. I have a pretty cool video idea that I think I'm gonna throw together, and it's, I don't know, it might not do very well. The vendor POVs seem to be all really people care about, and of course, if there's a scam or something that takes place, they seem to really like that too, because that vendor POV we just finished up and edited is going pretty good. A couple thousand views. I've got about a dozen subscribers. Nice, dude. Another nice promo, the Espeon from the surprise box. So congrats, you've got Sylveon, Espeon, and Umbreon. Wow, that is a pleasant surprise, no pun intended. He also agreed that the prismatic posters, the 12 prismatic posters, can be broken down. All he wants from those are the promos, and the loose packs can go separately. He said he was totally okay with that. So this was a Target order, but it still came with the item number on it. So we still have the seal on there. I'm not doxing myself. It's just the Pokemon information there. So we sadly are gonna be cracking this, but otherwise I wouldn't be able to make this deal happen. This was part of it, was these poster collections. This should be 6 of them. As you all remember, it's got the 3 promos and it has 3 booster packs. So 3 promos, Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, a poster. If they fit nicely, which I'm sure they will, they're pretty light. They're not very heavy duty. I will send him those posters as well. I don't really have any need for those. They just kind of take up space. That is one thing I will say, that's a big reason why I'm actually doing this deal, is space is one of those things that people end up talking about a lot with sealed collections, and why they don't feel Pokemon is feasible as an investment is, you know, it takes up a lot of space, which I'm not disagreeing with that. It certainly does take up a lot of space. However, much like anything else in life, you can just trade it off. So if you are hurting for space, what you could easily do is what I'm doing right now. I guess that'll be kind of a pseudo lesson to take away from this is, you know, you can always consolidate. There's nothing wrong with, you know, breaking down your collection. Maybe you have a lot of items that are smaller onesie twosies and you're looking to maybe size up a little bit. That is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm taking a lot of my smaller items that take up real estate and room in the home, and I'm taking the value of those and I'm just consolidating them into a bigger item with the Evolving Skies booster box. And I think that's a great decision for any collector who is worried about room is, you know, go ahead and consolidate. If that's something that, you know, you feel is an issue for you, that can always be done. All right, let me grab some tape. This whole office is kind of set up to be a shipping station. I've got another area in an unfinished portion of the basement that's also being used as a bit of a shipping station. As long as my wife gives me permission to continue doing that, I will probably continue using it as such. Guys, this is just part of the hobby that, you know, sometimes goes unlooked at. Once you acquire a lot of small stuff like this, it's always a good idea to get it out. And one thing that happens when you move on from it is you have to ship it out. That's one thing that Earn Collects talks about in his videos is you need to know what to buy and what is gonna work for you and present the best outcomes for your goals. But you also need to know how to sell. You need to know how to trade. After all, this is a trading card game. And you need to know how to be able to move things onto other things. That sounds very straightforward, but it's true. You need to know how to make connections, whether that be, this was on Discord in the PokeVault Discord. Shout out PokeVault, Sean. He's got a great YouTube channel, great YouTube presence. Congrats on the Legendary Collection booster box, buddy. That was awesome to see that you picked that up. But you do need to be able to make connections. And whether you're doing that on Facebook Marketplace, something like Discord, or even, even if you know people who are consistently buying from you on eBay, all of those work, but you just need to be able to move things around sometimes. I will break this down so that it's not long and painful for you guys to watch. I'll cut it up, but it's good for you to see what goes into this, because eventually you will want to move on from your things. Maybe you don't have a connect in your hometown that has an item that you want, and you're gonna have to ship it off. And so learning how to ship, how to prep all your stuff is important. Some key items: bubble wrap, tape, scissors, box cutter, packing paper, cardboard, plenty of boxes. I would recommend getting a thermal printer so you don't have to use scissors to cut out labels and then tape them all on. I just found a thermal printer on Facebook Marketplace that came with a ton of other shipping supplies, as I was mentioning, and it was all 120 bucks. Not super painful to have to cough up a little bit of dough to make your life a little bit easier. Highly recommend. Whatever can make things more efficient, I highly, highly recommend doing it. So I'm simply bubble wrapping and taping and making them into little 2 and 3 packs. And I'm just laying down the bubble wrap, laying down 3 bundles, giving myself enough room with that bubble wrap to go it once over. Basically wrap it like a little burrito, and it's working out pretty good. Even with the thermal printer, you're still gonna need a lot of tape. That is the one thing that I would recommend starting out. Get the heavy duty packing tape, just the clear stuff. You don't need anything more intense than that. Cardboard is typically pretty light, so nothing should be breaking out of your cardboard boxes unless you're shipping a ton of different stuff, which at that point it might just be easier try and find somebody in person to offload all that, because shipping will get semi-expensive depending on what the weight is and the size of the box. So I'll take you guys with me here. This is kind of where we're at with the box. I'll flip you around. So yeah, this is it right here. This is the setup. Very simple setup. Bubble wrap, cardboard, all of our items. That's it. Very simple. So we will continue. I also highly recommend, I know this is gonna sound over the top, but I highly recommend investing in some really nice scissors. If you are gonna be using cardboard pretty frequently and you are thinking you're gonna have to cut through it, and you don't have a, one of those old school kind of paper cutters or cardboard slicers, having a really sharp pair of nice scissors will save you a lot of headache. I love this bubble wrap that I have right now because it's kind of sticky. It holds itself together well. I am missing a couple bundles that I owe this gentleman, and so we are working on that. I'm thinking I will either do, if he's open to it, which you'll be seeing this after the fact if you do want to watch the video, thinking probably just more prismatic or some 151 bundles instead. I don't want to let go all of my prismatic right now. I still have quite a bit. Like, that's my largest holding by far. If you all know me, I think you know that prismatic is my baby. I really, really, really believe in its future, and I think that it would be silly with what we have going on over the next 12 months with it going out of rotation to sell off too big of a position. But with that being said, I also really think Sword and Shield is about to have another run. So that is why I wanted to get this deal done, because I very much think that we are about to go on another little run here with Sword and Shield. Okay, so we are on to the posters. I have 6 posters, so I'm missing 6 posters. I have 6 posters here. We're doing a deal for 12. I'm missing 6. I'll probably have to go to my other storage unit to pick those up. I don't have everything here on me, which I highly recommend doing that, splitting up where all your stuff is. So if some nut job tries to come and take your hard-earned investment, if they do somehow pull it off, they don't come away with everything. He wants the loose packs, so easy enough. We got your prismatic loose packs. He also wants the promos, so we will sleeve these, top load those, make sure that they are in good condition when they arrive to him. We got the 3 starters from Kanto. Those are great. Sleeve those up. Got plenty of sleeves. Put the plastic back. Cover the plastic back up and discard of it. And we'll do that 6 times. So I'm not going to bore you. I will see you all back when I'm done. Okay, folks, we are back after a short intermission. After a little bit of discussion with the gentleman who I'm doing the trade with, we had a bit of a switch up. So I cannot find the 3 Destined Rivals booster bundles. I went and looked, couldn't find them. And after going through some of my collector, the gentleman decided that he would like the Great Tusk box instead. So we get a Paladin Fates Great Tusk box, which we are going to throw into the deal. It comes with 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 11 packs of Paldean Fates, and it comes with the Jumbo Great Tusk card that I flashed on the screen there. We got 4 promo cards, which I will sleeve up and include with this shipment. And another one that's kind of a common holo, but it's got the silver border look to it, and then another one of the kind of like shiny looking promos. Happy to do that for this gentleman. Things happen. Sometimes things get misplaced and it is difficult to find them. I am sure that they are around here somewhere. I didn't actually get an opportunity to make it over to my other storage facility, but that's just fine because we came to an agreement on this stuff. I'm gonna get those little promos sleeved up. I'm gonna get these packs put into bubble wrap, bubble mailers, and we will be off and running. I will see you guys soon. We're almost done with the shipment. I'll show you guys the finished box when I'm ready to send it out. All right, see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so that is everything. I will say there were a few prismatic posters that I was unable to find, and so I made it very simple and I just swapped those out for additional booster bundles. Again, I don't know where they went. They're very likely at the other storage facility. That's all good. I'm happy to send off booster bundles. I think that's probably the second best product in prismatic, aside from obviously ATBs, and I'm not even considering Pokemon Center ATBs in this whole argument. So he should be very happy with those. All together, here is what the deal is. I am receiving 1 Evolving Skies booster box. In return, this gentleman is receiving, now it was gonna be 12 poster collections. It's 6 poster collections plus all of the promos. It was gonna be 8 booster bundles. It is now 11 booster bundles. I threw 3 on top. It was going to be 7 Destined Rivals booster bundles. I could only find 4, so he's getting 4 of those. And then he got all of the contents of a Paladin Fates Great Tusk and Iron Treads EX box. When all is said and done, we have a lot of cardboard, we have a lot of tape, we have a lot of packing paper, and we have 1 big box going out to our good friend who shall not be named. And that's just out of respect for this gentleman. Don't know if he wants to be named. I will say he is a big figure in the Poke Vault Discord. He's a vault trader. He is a very trusted figure. He's got a lot of really big deals that he's done. Was happy to work this deal with him. And if anybody is out there and they're contemplating either selling their collection or trading and consolidating their collection, my biggest piece of advice is make sure that you have all the materials to ship your things in a safe and secure manner. You don't want things moving around, going crazy in the box. You don't want it looking too sloppy. I try to make this as organized as I possibly can. I've sold a lot online. You should get comfortable selling and trading things online. Not everybody is gonna be in your direct sphere of influence in your hometown. It's gonna be hard to move things at a really quick pace at shows unless you're setting up every single week. And keeping the key word there, you are setting up because you wanna get the percentages that you would as the vendor, and rather than the buyer walking around your different products. So these are just different means. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. I'm happy to answer anything that you might have questions about. Most of this everybody already knows, but if you are new to the TCG world or the sports card world or whatever, and you found this video, please feel free to leave me a comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So close to 1,000 subscribers. Have been really pushing for that for a long time, but it's been hard with how life has worked and just all the changes that have happened over these last 4 or 5 months to get content out consistently and make sure that, you know, I'm doing my part to make sure that I'm entertaining you folks as I said I would at the beginning of the year. So thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been Drewski's Cards. I hope you got something out of this, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.